You know what's funny about heartbreak? It doesn't just hurt your heart. It bruises your pride, your trust, even your sense of humor. And in my case, it brought out a little creativity. I never planned to get even. But when you've given someone your love, your loyalty, and your laughter, and they decide to throw it all away for a few cheap thrills, well, sometimes you don't cry. You get clever. His name was Mark. We met 3 years ago at a small art exhibition downtown. He was charming, a little shy, with this crooked smile that made you feel like he was letting you in on a secret. We hit it off right away. He worked in IT, quiet, smart, the type who triple-checks his passwords and updates his antivirus religiously. I remember thinking, wow, finally, someone stable. The kind of guy who texts good morning and means it. The kind of man who listens when you talk. The kind of man you start picturing a future with. For the first year, everything was perfect. He'd surprise me with my favorite coffee, help me set up my new laptop, even fix things in my apartment I didn't know were broken. He made me feel safe. He made me laugh. But behind that smile and soft voice, there was something else. Something I didn't see until much later. Paranoia. Control. The kind of insecurity that hides behind just checking in. He'd ask who I was texting. He'd scroll through my playlists, asking why certain songs reminded me of someone. He'd even check my location, just to be sure I got home safely. I thought it was sweet, until I realized it wasn't about care, it was about control. Still, I stayed. Because that's what love does, it makes you excuse things you never tolerate from anyone else. You tell yourself he's just protective, not possessive. You tell yourself you can handle it. And then one day, you find out the truth. While you were busy being loyal, he was busy lying. I found out by accident. I was helping him with his email one night. He'd been complaining about spam and filters not working. He handed me his laptop without hesitation, because in his mind he was too clever to get caught. But as I was sorting through his folders, something popped up. An email notification from a woman named Chloe. Subject line: "Last night was amazing." At first, I froze. Then I opened it. And there it was. Dozens of messages, dates, hotel bookings. She even called him baby. I sat there, staring at the screen, listening to him ramble about fixing his junk mail while his lies were sitting right in front of me. It's strange how quiet betrayal can feel. There's no thunder, no screaming, just silence, so loud it hurts your chest. I didn't confront him right away. I wanted to be sure. Over the next few days, I watched him. I watched him kiss me goodbye and text her 5 minutes later. I watched him talk about loyalty while lying straight to my face. The thing about people like Mark is that they think they're smarter than everyone else. They believe they can juggle hearts and never drop one. But oh, he dropped the wrong one. When I finally ended it, he acted shocked. "Wait, what do you mean? You're overreacting," he said. Then came the classic line. It didn't mean anything. I laughed, not out of amusement, but disbelief. I packed my things that night, deleted his number, and swore I was done. But as I sat there, replaying everything he'd said, something hit me. This man, this paranoid, controlling man, was terrified of one thing: exposure. He hated being embarrassed. He hated feeling out of control. So I thought, what if I just let the internet do the talking? That's when the idea came to me. It wasn't loud, it wasn't messy, it was quiet, digital, and poetic. I signed him up for every spammy, annoying, utterly useless email list I could find. Free trial subscriptions, miracle diet plans, endless congratulations, you've won alerts. If it existed, he was on it. But then I remembered something else, his biggest fear: health anxiety. This man once freaked out over a mosquito bite. So, I decided to add a little twist. I signed him up for every STD awareness and treatment newsletter out there. Articles titled 10 Signs You Might Need a Checkup and How to Talk to Your Partner About Infections started flooding his inbox. I even found one that sent daily updates about symptoms and statistics, the kind of stuff that makes a paranoid mind spiral. Now, before you judge me, no, I didn't hack him. I didn't leak anything private. I just helped the internet reach him faster. Consider it digital karma. A week later, I got a text. "Did you do something to my email?" I keep getting weird stuff. I simply replied, maybe your computer's trying to tell you something. He didn't respond, but I can imagine his face, squinting at the screen, questioning his life choices. It went on for weeks. Every morning, he woke up to new, helpful advice about symptoms, treatments, and the importance of honesty in relationships. He even started posting vague tweets about fake people trying to ruin him. Oh no, Mark, you ruined yourself. Eventually, he stopped texting altogether, probably made a new email, probably switched phones. But I didn't need to know. The point was never to destroy him. It was to remind him that actions have consequences, sometimes in the form of endless notifications. Months passed, and I moved on. I started focusing on myself, traveling, journaling, laughing again. It's funny how peace comes back once you stop trying to fix people who never plan to grow. And then, one day, I ran into him at the grocery store. He looked tired, jittery. He smiled awkwardly and said, "Hey, long time." I smiled back. "Yeah, it's been a while. How's your inbox?" He froze for a second, then gave this nervous laugh. "Still recovering," he said. I just nodded and walked away. That moment, that tiny, silent victory, was worth everything. Because here's the truth. Revenge doesn't always have to be cruel. Sometimes it's just poetic justice, the kind that stings but teaches. He thought he could play games and walk away clean. But every ding, every notification, every urgent update was a reminder that lies always find their way home. And as for me, I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to destroy him. I just gave karma a little Wi-Fi boost. So the next time someone betrays you, remember, you don't have to fight fire with fire. Sometimes you fight it with a well-timed subscribe.